Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Tarot to a T. We're going to do a mid-December 2022 reading for the sign of Pisces. If this is your first time here, welcome. Glad you found me. And if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. I mean that sincerely. Okay, if you have been here before, this is going to be a general inquiry. What message does Pisces need to hear for mid-December 2022? What message does Pisces need to hear for 2022, but mid-December? And this is a general reading, so anything can happen. Anything can come across. Okay, cards of advice for this message, please. Good grief. It's kind of bubbling to the surface here. That's too many cards. This shuffling is pretty crazy. It's just kind of a crazy kind of energy. It reminds me of like static electricity, you know? If you have been here before, you know sometimes the shuffling is pretty mellow. I will talk about her. She has come out in every freaking reading. 9 times out of 10 in cards of advice for every sign. Not just for you, Pisces, but every sign for the month of December. I'm trying to wrap my mind around what she means, but we will get to that when we get to cards of advice, okay? I'm kind of jumping the gun, but she flipped over my hand. And I keep saying, here's the Queen of Clubs again. You can look at other signs if you don't believe me, but I'm sure you do. I don't know. She means something for the month of December in this season for some reason. Maybe the solstice. So we're starting off with the Ten of Spades. Good googa-mooga. So, trying to remember what your last couple readings were. I think you were exiting a relationship. This would be kind of along the same lines. Certainly, this is it's one of the darkest, most ominous cards. It's about suffering some kind of significant loss and disappointment. Along with that goes a period of healing, processing, grieving. On the bright side with the Ten of Spades, you wrapped up a major cycle though, so something that ended, and I do think you had some relationship going on. I don't remember off the top of my head specifically, but if you want to go check out those past readings, I have a playlist for you, okay? Just click on the channel icon, or wait to the end of the video, you'll see it pop up in the right hand corner. It'll say tarot readings for Pisces. That's the past readings I've done for you. Okay, now that that's out of the way. Yes, you just went through some kind of major disappointment. I think you're still in that mode. We will turn out more cards and see what's going on here. Well, there could be a need for some communication to restore the harmony and balance with this Two of Clubs. The communication could be sporadic. It could be unstable. It could be kind of like when you're... I'm picturing people on the phone, like, trying to talk to each other in person. We're not talking about texting necessarily or emailing. This is like real heavy-duty like discussion, okay? Like when you go to call them, they don't answer. Or they call you, you don't answer. Instability like that, so there is a need for communication. I will say the Ten of Spades can also mean someone passed, so very sorry if that fits your circumstances, and there's still a need for communication, whatever the case may be. Queen of Hearts, Ace of Hearts. Very nice. Very nice. On the bright side, eh, Pisces? Okay. Queen of Hearts is a very nurturing energy. It actually could be you. It's a water sign energy. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. But with the Queen of Hearts, you're looking at somebody who has some authority and power. They're more gentle in their demeanor. They're not quite as bold and controlling as a king. Not looking at genders. No, it's not about genders. It's about how the energy comes across there. It's very nurturing and motherly, though. They're there to guide you. They're there to provide support. Interestingly, though, you have the Ace of Hearts. Ace of Hearts talks about a new start, following the direction of your wishes and desires. Like, you're not listening to other people anymore with this Ace of Hearts. It's more about what you really want, following your heart, literally. Now, with the Queen of Hearts, Ace of Hearts energy, it's quite the mix. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to pull more information out of this reading to see which way this goes, but I mean, he could be starting in this direction of self-nurturing with the motherly energy, the Queen of Hearts energy, or it could be you're starting over nurturing someone else, even children. This could even pertain to children. I'll be honest with you on that. But it's like you're starting over from the beginning now, which is very curious. Yeah, there's a separation here. I think this is about the Ten of Spades here. This Two of Spades is a final separation. It can mean just separation between friends. It doesn't mean romantic necessarily. I mean, maybe you had a big falling out with a family member. A lot of situations will run parallel in similarities, but involve different characters. Since this is a general reading, right? This pretty much denotes it's over, though. It's not going to reverse itself. It's not going to fix itself. It's a riff. It's separation between people. So let's see what else we can pull out for Pisces. A lot of dynamics going on with this reading. Very heavy energy and then very inspiring energy with that Ace of Hearts, Queen of Hearts. So I'm curious to see what comes next. These came out together. The Six of Clubs with the Ace of Hearts. The Six of Clubs talks about the personal growth, the potential there. Sixes talk about opportunities and options that are opening themselves up to you. If they haven't presented themselves already, the potential is there, like in general. And this personal growth can be in all kinds of ways. It can take the form of emotional growth. It could be spiritual. It could be mental. It could be financial. But with the Ace of Hearts, with that mix, that is all about socializing, getting out there and having fun with close friends, family. There's also the potential there to meet someone special with the Ace of Hearts, although I didn't quite see that kind of theme pop up so far. There's, I mean, it's fair to say there's going to be there's the potential for some growth in the area of relationships. Let me just present it that way. Especially on the heels of this Ten of Spades and this Two of Spades, it talks about separation, and I do believe that Ten of Spades is about ending a major relationship, like a long-term relationship, not just any old relationship. Not someone you dated for a couple weeks or a couple months. No, much deeper than that. It affected you more emotionally. And sometimes I wish I could remember every single sign and what they were going through in my past readings, but it's not ringing a bell for me so far with you. I'd have to go back and review myself. Let's see what else we can pull out. The Jack of Diamonds. Well, you could be dealing with a younger earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could be you, although I didn't see anything about finances come out. The diamonds talk about material wealth, prosperity, abundance. It's basically the Pentacles card in traditional tarot as well, or Pentacles suit. In any case, if it's not a younger earth sign, it denotes some kind of inexperience. And along with inexperience is immaturity, right? Because you don't have that experience under your belt. Immaturity doesn't mean that you're a screw up and you're all over the place. It means you're green. You're very green. It's about someone going through new experiences with some kind of prosperity. You know, Pisces, I think I'm trying to remember. It was one of the water signs. It was a couple weeks ago, beginning of December, that was trying to decide how to spend money or how to use money they had come into. So I don't know if that's a theme for you as well, or perhaps you met, since we just talked about socializing and personal growth, perhaps you've met a younger earth sign. Very likely scenario there. See what else we can pull out. Pisces. Mid-December, 3 of clubs. So you got some kind of third-party energy or third element that's causing some kind of struggle or fight. I don't think you're fighting with a person. I think this is more internal. It could be that whatever this loss was with the 10 of spades and the 2 of spades, separation between people, the fallout, maybe you're having a hard time opening yourself up to new relationships. That could be the inner struggle. There could be somebody who's trying to give you advice, for example, with third party. If it is a person who's saying, no, you shouldn't do that. Maybe somebody's trying to tell you. And it's just their opinion, really. It's really their opinion. It's not like you have to follow their advice, but you're, as a result, feeling a little conflicted. What else can you tell me about Pisces? New opportunities here to take financial responsibility. I think this is another theme going on here. So the last 3 cards I pulled out, I will pull them up here again. The Jack of Diamonds, the 3 of Clubs, the 6 of Diamonds. The 6 of Diamonds does talk about options and opportunities opening up financially. Materially, the Jack of Diamonds, like I mentioned, talks about inexperience in a financial matter. And the 3 of Clubs is a struggle or fight. It's very likely you are trying to figure out something with your finances. It may not be a new theme for you. It could be ongoing. I strongly feel that 3 of Clubs has to do with the financial situation because it's bookended by these two cards that represent that. The struggle could very much be because you're feeling very inexperienced. Jack of Diamonds. Not sure what that's about, that you would have to see if that fits your situation. Don't make it fit, of course. What else can you tell me about what's going on with Pisces? Wow, you're feeling very supported and secure in your home life. The 4 of Diamonds is a very positive sign. You're not feeling like you're out there by yourself, trying to face the world alone. You got a lot of strong connection there. I think the financial theme is just kind of a side issue, to be honest. Why you're embarking on this rich social life and feeling very secure. You're feeling very secure, which is good to see after being on the heels of this 10 of spades energy with the 2 of spades. Separation, loss, disappointment, healing. You seem to have gone through a period of darkness and you're not experiencing that as much anymore. Would you say that's true? Especially with this Queen of Hearts, Ace of Hearts. That Queen of Hearts, I think, is you. And I think you're on this new start to open yourself up to relationship. Now, you may not be looking for your soulmate. Doesn't mean you're going to jump right back into like something heavy and deep and long. And, you know, it just means you're opening yourself up to it. You're like, yeah, I'm ready now. But some kind of communication. Some kind of communication needs to occur. You could have to do with the ending here, like expressing your feelings, or it could be communication in the sense that you need to kind of, the people you're interested in, you need to be more clear about what you're looking for example. Let's go ahead and look at your cards of advice. 6 of Spades, 5 of Clubs. 6 of Spades talks about destiny, fate. You are on a path that is in sync and in tune with your life's journey. That's how I interpret that. It also talks about when you're on that frequency of, you're following the path that you were meant to follow, more or less, that you are going to have more options and opportunities present themselves to you. I don't think that it's ever a case that you're following the wrong path and things are shut off. It's just that the opportunities that are going to really fulfill you aren't there because you're following the path. Maybe deep down inside you recognize you're not supposed to be on that path. Let's just say. I'm not saying that's true for you. This definitely indicates that you are on the right path, though. So if there's some kind of doubt in your mind, maybe you're feeling a little bit anxious about what you're doing with yourself these days, contemplating the way your life's headed, that's a confirmation that you are on the right path. Now with the Five of Clubs, you're looking at changes that need to occur. This is the card of things being, needing a renovation, things being stale, stagnant. And it came out with the Six of Spades. So whatever changes you're making, looks like they are, how do I say it? They are part of your path, but perhaps you need to keep keeping open to more change. I guess that's the best way to put it. Three of Spades. Another kind of a third party influence here. This is some worry and some doubt and stress over something. Like I said, I get the feeling, I got the feeling when I pulled up the Six of Spades that maybe you've been worrying about the way your life's been headed. Because down here we do have a lot of kind of mini themes going on, so there's not like this overall message or situation that was presented here. And sometimes that's just the way the readings go. And it's not a problem. But perhaps you've had doubt about everything as a whole. Is this really what you want out of life? Are you headed in a direction? Are you making the right decisions that are going to lead to your full potential? Those kinds of questions. The things we ponder once in a while. It's a very healthy thing to do, in my opinion. You have a little bit of worry about that, though. It's a little bit concerned. Eight of Clubs, Nine of Diamonds. Very nice. Nine of Diamonds talks about some kind of completion where you more or less fell into some kind of abundance, but it's not just your ordinary abundance. This is actually giving you the opportunity, and it's a lot of money, it's a lot of abundance, to take care of things that have needed to be taken care of. For example, it's more or less what they call the stimulus check card. So suddenly you have an influx of income, maybe unexpected sources of income. That's all I can really gather from that. But anyway, in any case, there's the potential here to take care of things that have needed attention, such as repairing vehicles, making home improvements, fixing a leaky faucet. Maybe the refrigerator that that's going to die any day, you can now go out and shop for a new refrigerator because you have the money to at least make the payments, right? If you're going to buy one on credit, which in the country I live in, that's a lot of times they're so expensive you have to put them on credit if you don't have a ton of money available. Now, interestingly, with the Eight of Clubs, you're looking at some kind of decision. Eight of Clubs also talks about being fixed on an idea. I think it has a lot to do with the stimulus check, though, this stimulus money that you have. You're trying to make decisions, and I think you're a little bit unsure. Maybe there's more than one thing that are kind of a priority at the moment, and you're just kind of at a crossroads decision, it's 10-1. Which one do I take care of first? Which fire do I put out first? And metaphorical fire. It could be the source of the stress. That's kind of where, when I was talking in that sense. This kind of popped up again. I was like, well, there's the stress, there's the worry. Let's see what else we got in the cards of advice. And here's that Queen of Clubs, which I mentioned at the beginning of this reading, has come out in every sign. I'll just tell you that it's a fire sign energy. Maybe there's some kind of universal force that's really heavy with fire right now. This Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Generally, this queen is very supportive, very generous. She has some wisdom, some power, some authority. I kind of got the sense in the last reading that she could be a force, an unseen force that's kind of looking out for everybody right now. Or it's the force that you want to embody, since we are talking about your advice. You want to have this power and authority, but you don't want to be like overly crazy with it, right? Overly controlling, for example. You want to have this air of gentleness about you, supportiveness, maybe supporting others, being generous to others. But you got a lot on your plate, though, with this little bit of worry and things needing to change. So it's kind of interesting with that Queen of Clubs. It just kind of boggles my mind. It just doesn't. It's not very clear to me what she represents, and I'll stop talking about it because I have been ruminating about it in every reading, but I can't help it. King of Spades. Again, in your line of advice here, kings are a bit more dominant and controlling, like I was just talking about with this queen. Now, this could also be air energy. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. If it represents a person in your life, they are causing some kind of issue or disagreement. It's not like they intentionally cause problems, but there's you're not on the same page with this person. Okay, I'll just put that out there. Now, if it doesn't represent a person that comes to mind, it could be that you are in disagreement with people around you, maybe in a workplace situation, maybe with your family, and you're being very firm about it with the king energy, very controlling, very dominating. Let's see what else cards of advice I can pull out in reference to that king. What else can you tell me? What kind of advice can you give? Pisces, please. 8 of Diamonds. I think you have some very specific ideas that... Oh, interesting. Just got kind of a download. So the choice or the crossroads you have with the 8 of Clubs. I think you want to do something with this money and not be necessarily taking care of practical things. This 8 of Diamonds is an entrepreneurial card. It's about someone who wants to invest their time and energy and money into some kind of business venture. It doesn't mean you're going to open a corporation. It could be just a side hustle, something online. I mean, there's so many ways to do that these days, right? It's also the card of whatever you're putting your energy and effort into, it's paying off. Now, this is return on investments. Like I said, it is the entrepreneurial card. You could be kind of planting your feet in the ground and just saying, you know what? I have the opportunity to open this business or start this business I've always wanted to do. And people around you maybe are not crazy about the idea. And I'm just looking at that card of 5 of Clubs about how things need to change. You could feel like you're stuck in your job, your career, and you really want to do something very different. Let's see what else comes out. 5 of Hearts. Separation. I think it's not physical separation. A lot of times this card can mean that. And not necessarily divorce. It can mean someone traveling for work, business. They're away from their family. It could mean someone going off to college. It could mean somebody being deployed in the military. That kind of separation. But it usually involves like somebody away from somebody else or a family. Since we were just talking about maybe you having strong ideas about how you want to invest your time and money, the separation could be symbolic, you know? And there's a lot of emotion behind it because it is the Five of Hearts. So it affects you and affects people around you emotionally. I feel like I gotta pull another card though, because I'm not real sure. That just popped out. Wow, you got the Queen of Spades. Very interesting. Queen of Spades, again, could be an air sign, along with the King of Spades. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I'm not thinking it's that, though. Queen of Spades, the thing about her is, again, she's kind of this gentle authority and power, but she holds back. She doesn't tell anybody what's on her mind. She's a bit mysterious, actually. She's people think she's up to no good because she's not speaking. She's not expressing herself. You know, what I'm getting, the feeling I'm getting is whatever idea that you have, Pisces, with this, the entrepreneurial energy, I think you're being encouraged to maybe not express it right now to other people, because I think other people are not going to take it seriously. And in that not expressing, you are kind of creating a separation. You're creating an emotional separation in the sense that you're not sharing your plans, you're not sharing your ideas. That doesn't mean you won't in the future. I think you're being advised to maybe keep those ideas to yourself. That doesn't mean you don't take action. And that doesn't mean you don't do the research and you don't actually figure out the steps that you need to take, right? But maybe keep it under wraps for now. Because there's some change that needs to occur. And it is part of your destiny. I think maybe this is the infancy stage of it. It's like it's the very beginning. It's the spark. It's the initial idea. It's not like you're jumping in with 2 feet. You're just gonna hold your nose and close your eyes and see what happens. No, you're still very much in the very early stages. It's like you're barely formulating a plan, probably. Wow. I really am getting the sense of that. So down here we had this relationship stuff. You're ready for a relationship. You're coming out of a dark period. I think you're solid emotionally, especially with the 4 hearts. And you have these opportunities with the 6 of diamonds that's very new to you, right? With the Jack of diamonds. You're being encouraged to pursue that. But I think you have some disagreement here. Whoever is represented by this King of Spades, I said this is the person you're not on the same page with. So, you kind of emotionally separate, just in this sense, not totally, and you keep it to yourself. That actually fits very nicely. And you make the changes because you're stuck in a rut. There's something about your income, your abundance that you need to change, and you probably recognize that, and it's caused some worry and stress. Yeah, in the meantime, you're stuck with this decision of do you use it practically? Because I think you have some abundance at your disposal at the moment, whatever form that has taken. It could be an inheritance. Maybe somebody did pass away, for some of you, and you got some inheritance. I mean, that's very possible. I just meditate on what Queen of Clubs means for you. But hey there again, Pisces. My camera battery died, so I got caught off when I was talking about the Queen of Clubs here. I was just saying, you might want to meditate on what she means for you, but I think Right now, all the signs and everyone, I don't know, during the holiday season could use this kind of energy. She's got a gentle power. She's benevolent. She's supportive, and it's a fire sign energy. So it's got some, like I said, some strength behind it. Um, but that's your reading. I'm going to end it there. If you would like to see when the next reading comes out, go ahead and hit subscribe, notifications, and if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, liking and sharing, that would be wonderful. And take care until I see you again.